Yo YouTube and welcome back to the channel. Today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how to play the flex role, how to switch up your playstyle in the middle of the match, when to do so, and more importantly why I do it. Okay, let's get right into it. We start off with a two-piece using the TAC 56. We spot the third guy up in the rooftop there. Gonna try chuck a grenade through as I'm going for the reload. Now I probably gonna miss that grenade 9 out of 10 times, but it's worth practicing. And one small kind of detail that I'm trying to improve on in my own gameplay is just more accurate with my equipment, my grenades and stun, especially through windows and stuff. If you can improve in that aspect, I feel like it will definitely help you out. Now, right there, if I practice that grenade spot, it's just really helpful in terms of future situations where somebody's in the top window, chuck a nade through and you're good to go. But we're going to go through in the P1 and I'm actually, in a good position right now. And this is, this is where we got kind of chalk. So what happened was, because I was chucking a trophy system down, I didn't really have much, time there to react to the guy. So what I tried to do is just try to use the door to my advantage and get the kill. But yeah, it didn't quite work out. Going to go through, we make this guy one shot, just going to peek the head glitch. Now, as soon as the third player goes down and I'm looking at the kill feed, I'm like, this is a cue to push through, go for spawns, and we actually get some good timing. We take out the last guy, and now as I go to the left, I actually spot someone here, right? But one thing to notice is that I don't have any ammo. Gonna push through, we chuck a nade over, and I mean, out of the situation, we made a pretty good kind of use of that. We managed to get another 2 kills. We're up by 21 points going into the next hard point. Gonna go through the front, and that's just a really chalked push. To be honest, I hate going through that area. You don't really want to go through that that front room. The reason why is because it's basically a choke point. There's so many angles that the opponent can see you from. It's just basically chalked. You do not want to be going through there. So we're going to go through the side here. We take out one. Now, one thing you want to do is when you're rotating to any hill in the game, you want to be rotating from somewhere like this, okay, where you know that your teammates are behind you, so you don't have to worry about the flank mainly. Where if you go through middle map, for example, on this hill, there's so many angles that they could be, and it's just so difficult because you have to check every single angle before you engage in the hard point. But we're going to go through now, and you can see the score right now, okay? It's about 24 to 20. It's an even game, and you're going to see when I switch to submachine gun and the reason I do so. So right now, I think we're doing okay in terms of aggressiveness, in terms of what we're doing on the map, and just overall impact to the team. So we don't really need to change right now, but you're going to see very soon why we change. So we're going to go through. My teammate gets a two-piece. This guy's behind me, and I'm in a situation where I'm like, this is kind of chalked right now. I need to back off. I need to play my life and honestly just get away with it. And then this guy's actually sitting in a really good spot. So he basically sat that back AC vent area. And one thing I realized there was we did have a lot of pressure on the hill, okay? I could have helped my teammate, but I felt like we didn't have any pressure on the stairs or on the back of the hill. So there was 2 areas that they could have come from, and I was kind of confused there where I should go, and I actually ended up picking the wrong area. I started picking the stairs where I probably should have held the back angle. We're going to go through again. 3 people go down. Now, in this situation, I'm not really worried about the old hill. You have to remember, it's a team game, okay? So you don't always have to worry about the old hill. Sometimes you could be the one rotating. You can let your teammates play the old hill, and you have to kind of delegate. So right now, we're going for the new hard point while my teammates hitting scrap time, and we're actually getting away with it, My teammates holding scrap time. I'm essentially holding the spawns. So far, so good. We're basically splitting responsibilities. Now, my teammates should spawn near me, which is great, but you see, they actually spawn on the other side of the map. So what that does is just gives me a bit of an insight showing that the enemies are around me. Now, looking back at this, I should have played a bit more, played at the back here instead of pushing up, but it actually worked out okay. So that kill I got there was massive. If I died there, we would have lost a spawn. So that one kill is actually going to change the outcome of this hard point. So we're going to go through, and yeah, he comes on the right, he kind of sneaks up on me, and unfortunately, there's just too much pressure to deal with. We actually get killed, and this is where I thought, right, I was holding spawns, but my teammates just weren't rotating. I just didn't have enough aggression from my teammates, and this is where I decided to switch things up. Now, I want you to look at the scoreboard and look what happens, okay? And also depending on the hard point. So this hard point, I think, is a pretty good one for a submachine gun, just because I can play in the hill, I can get some time, I can get some kills, all that good stuff. And also the next hard point. I think the next hard point especially is probably one of the best on this map for a submachine gun. So I decided to rotate early. I decided to set up with a submachine gun, and you're going to see exactly how it works out. So we're going to go through now. I'm going to watch the left-hand side. I'm going to chuck a stun grenade, chuck a nade over, and I actually think, all right, let me go around to, I think I hear somebody on the top here. So we're just going to go through and make sure that, the area at the back is empty. We get a really good shot on that guy, and I want you to notice what we did. As he was one shot, we actually pinged him for our teammate, and now I'm just going to sit in this spot. Now, the only danger about this spot is somebody on the left can come up the stairs, but I'm going to play the risk here. I'm going to take the gamble, and I don't remember what happens. We're about to find out, and yeah, there you go. So it actually looked like in that case, it didn't quite work out, but to be honest, I don't think that's a bad play. I think it's just one of those high risk, high reward kind of play styles. Unfortunately, it didn't work out in that positioning, but it's okay because my teammate Manny gets a massive 2-piece. We're going to push through. We get the third, and this is where you can really start to make an impact. So what I do is look at the mini map. I chuck a stun grenade over. I'm going to go here and basically just shut the doors, okay? What the doors do for me is they act like insurance, okay? I think it's very, very important to use the doors to your advantage. advantage. You see right here, look how easy it is with the door shut. Because first of all, they can't chuck equipment through, okay? Second of all, I'm essentially behind the door and they can't really push me without opening the door. So I basically get like a pre-warning when they're going to push me. So we go through, we do really good there. We get a 3-piece, and as I mentioned earlier, look at the scoreboard, right? It's still even. Now, although we got a really good hard point there, the game is still even. So there's a few things I need to kind of think here, right? What can I do? Do I need to switch back to the AR? Is the SMG a bit more impactful? I think I'm going to hold it out for now because I feel like we're doing pretty good with the submachine gun. But my role has completely changed. Instead of going for spawns, I'm going to go for cuts now. I'm going to try taking them out of those power positions and basically just be a bit of a nuisance. You see, we go through there, and just because I'm using a submachine gun instead of an assault rifle, that doesn't mean I can't push back sometimes, hold the necessary lanes, but at the same time, it gives me a bit more freedom, a bit more agility to my game, where I can go around finessing that right now. So we go through, we get a 3-piece, there you go, we're going to chuck a nade over, as I mentioned earlier, and what I'm going to do now is actually push to the top, hopefully, there you go, yeah, I'm going to push to the top, my teammate's going to go with me, I'm going to let him go first. Now, probably in that situation, I could have gone first, but I have more confidence in myself to win the gunfight after, so I'm going to let him go first. We actually get the knife out, which I think was a really good heads-up play, in my opinion. We're able to get the knife out, and that's just going to allow us to push through without basically, you know, just worrying about that gunfight. The knife's a bit better in that close quarter combat, and now with 10 seconds left of the hill, we're looking at basically an even game. So very, very difficult game so far, an even game across the field. We're going to go through, and this was a good play, a bit of a high-risk play again, trying to get the spawns. I noticed he's on the right-hand side, so we're going to back off. We're going to use that as cover, jump around the corner, and get the second kill, and again, really good play. Now, again, I'm playing with the SMG, but that's okay, because I've got the assault rifle in my back pocket. We don't really need to worry about it too much. I was just trying to get the spawns for my team, and now I notice, right, nobody's sitting back there, okay? So this is a situation where the next 2 hills, I could really be impactful with an assault rifle. So it's about constantly changing depending on your teammates' needs, and I think that's very, very important. Although I was playing pretty good with a submachine gun in terms of slaying, you can see right now, I get a 3-piece with an AR. So I don't think it's the gun that's really helping me out right now. I think it's depending on the situation, when to change, and I saw a comment, somebody asked me how to play the flex role. Now, in my opinion, the flex role has definitely changed in recent years. I think the flex role now is whatever gun is more suited to that position, where before, for example, Black Ops 4, right, there used to be a Maddox, which was like the middle gun, where now there isn't really a flex because you have like a 2 AR, 2 submachine gun setup. But I think what I'm doing now is basically playing the new flex role, which is kind of just being impactful, kind of just using the best weapon and trying to be the most impactful for your team. And that doesn't mean holding one weapon, it means switching it throughout the match. I think that's the most important skill to kind of gain from this video. If you guys can learn the skill of switching weapons throughout the match to accommodate to your team, I think you can just add that extra gear and hopefully level up even more. So we're going to push through. We're actually up by 20 points now, so I've only got 5 seconds on the hill. Now, some people might say that's kill horroring, but in my opinion, I feel like I'm doing a bit more than kill horroring. I feel like I'm going into positions, I'm getting into power positions, I'm holding spawns, I'm cutting down lanes, just certain things where I feel like without that kind of impact on the team, it's very, very difficult for them to get set up. So in my opinion, I don't think I'm kill horroring, to be honest. I feel like I'm being quite impactful. So we're going to go through 20 seconds left, and again, this next hard point, as I mentioned earlier, this is a bit more of a submachine gun based hard point. So instead of just holding the AR and just keeping that because that's what I was starting with, I'm going to switch things up. I'm going to get the SMG out and see if I can hold the new hard point. Now this push here, I remember thinking, right, I probably shouldn't push, to be honest with you, but I was already committed to it with 15 seconds left. With the way the game was going, I was just hoping my teammates could get the rotation and I could get some scrap time. Now, in hindsight, was it a good decision? No, because I didn't get the kill. If I got that kill, I probably would have said it was a good decision. So if you back yourself, sometimes you can go for that, but in that case, I would say it was a poor decision. But we're going to go through, only 10 seconds are gone from the next hard point. We're going to push through the left-hand side here, and I'm just looking at the minimap, and I notice at the back is probably where they're going to spawn. So as soon as I slide through, I'm making one shot. And another thing you guys have to consider, right, it's not all about the kills. Like right there, what I did is I went through, although I died, there's going to be so many trades or trade-offs in that hill. It doesn't matter if you specifically die, as long as you're putting damage down, as long as you're having an impact on the hill, you're playing your life, you're playing credit corners, you're just trying to be of value to your team. So right there, although I died, I made him one shot, and my teammate essentially got the trade. As long as you guys can win the overall team battle, you're good to go. There's another example. I was one shot there. Instead of me playing my life, I definitely could have played in a corner and let him push me, but instead I decided to go for the re-challenge, and even if I didn't get the kill, you saw I made him one shot. I actually believe I got the kill. I don't know how. I don't know if maybe my teammate killed him with a grenade or something, but you can see right there, we actually end up getting the kill just because we played over aggressive. Now sometimes I think that's the right play. If you're one shot, play over aggressive, try to get that kill, and here's a perfect example. We go for it, we get a two-piece, the last guy's in the left corner, we take him out, and there's just a great use of equipment, of movement. Everything there was just showing the finesse and a really good opportunity to take the lead once again. We're going to go through, we actually make this guy weak here, so what I'm going to do is get the knife out, and I actually like to use a knife in situations like this. Again, that's something I've started to do more recently. I actually hadn't done that before, but just recently when watching Shotzi, I realized he uses his knife a lot more more, and I'm always trying to improve my game, and hopefully you guys follow the same pattern, trying different things. And I think the more you try, the more kind of habits you discover, the more good habits you discover and bad habits. So for example, right there, I thought the knife was a good use of equipment, just because if they open the door, they're more likely to rush in than kind of stand in the corner. You see right there, the opponent actually did rage quit, but with 15 seconds left, we were basically going to be on 230, and I think we probably would have won the game regardless. But we're going to go through here, and I just really like the way that we switched the pacing up of the game. Hopefully you guys kind of learn as well what I did, why I did so. Now, I'm not saying it was the perfect way to switch it up. I think there isn't a perfect way. I think depending on your ability, depending on what you want to do, you might be more comfortable on a hill sometimes. I feel like just play to your best of your ability. If that means changing things up, then go for it. So we're going to go through, make this guy one shot, we're going to chuck a nade over, and now what I want to do is, yeah, so I had the right play there, but my timing was slightly off. So what I wanted to do was watch the stairs, just because I know somebody's always going for that power position, but unfortunately he kind of caught me out there when I was chucking a grenade. He just got the better of me. But with only 9 seconds left for the victory, we're going to push through the middle orange here, and I'm just going to see if I can catch somebody slipping. Going to push through, try to knife the guy. He's not in the hill. We're going to go through, we're going to get the jump shot. We make him one shot, and in this situation, there's only a few seconds left. We only need 6 seconds left on the clock. Can our team clutch up on this P1? I think we're going to clutch up. There you go. We push through one, we take out the second, and just like that, we're able to get the victory, dropping the most kills in the lobby. We didn't get much time, but again, I think I was playing a bit more of that role filler type of play style. But yeah, make sure you adapt this to your own game plan. If you feel like sometimes, you know, you're using a submachine gun or an assault rifle, but sometimes you think you can mix things up, definitely try to do so in the middle of the game. Hope this video did help you out. If it did, make sure to drop a like, and I'll catch you in tomorrow's upload. Peace.